Welcome you all to the course Database Management System. Myself, Mohammad Asifuddin Mondol, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Narvak Institute of Technology. This is lecture number 8 of this course, Relational Model and Relational Algebra Part 3. And these are the topics which I am going to cover during this lecture. I will discuss about the Cartesian product operation with some example and then rename operation. So first of all, I will discuss Cartesian product operation. Now the Cartesian product operation, it's a fundamental relational algebra operation, and again it's a binary operation because it can take two relation or more than two relation as input. It is denoted by that cross sign and notation is R cross S. So R cross S, it signifies that it's a Cartesian product operation where R is a relation, S is another relation, and that multiplication sign, a product sign, represent that it's a Cartesian product operation between two relations R and S. Now what is the purpose of this Cartesian product operation? Actually that kind of operation allow us to combine the information from any two relation. That means in some case we may require to combine all the information from two different relations. Then we have to perform Cartesian product operation between these two operations. So by performing the Cartesian product operation between R and S, then we will be able to combine all the information from relation R as well as from relation S into a single relation. And what about the tuple of the record which is going to be stored in relation R cross S? It is represented in that form TQ, such that the tuple T belongs to R and tuple Q belongs to S. So let's discuss that concept with some example. So this is the relation R. Relation R is, this one is the relation R with two attribute A and B, and these are the set of records. S is another relation with the three attributes C, D, E, and these are the set of attributes. That means R and S, the set of attributes are not, they don't have any common attribute. And then if we perform Cartesian product operation between R and S, so represented by R cross S, then R cross S will produce a temporal relation, and the scheme of that temporal relation is such that it contain, the temporal relation contain all the attributes from relation R as well as from relation S. So this will be the schema. So that relation will contain the attributes from R, so AB is from R, as well as it will contain the attribute from S, so CD is from S relation. So this is the schema of resultant temporal relation. And as far as the data is concerned in the temporal relation, what data is going to be stored? Let me explain that. If you perform R cross S, then that means every tuple in R, means every tuple means alpha 1, beta 2. So every tuple in R is going to be associated with every tuple of S. That means, again I am repeating, every tuple of R is going to be associated with every tuple in S. So that record is going to be stored over here. So take an example. So every tuple means first tuple consider alpha 1. So alpha 1 is going to be associated with every other tuple of S. So alpha 1 should be associated with alpha 10A. So first record will be alpha 1, alpha 10A. Second alpha 1 is going to be associated with beta 10A. So alpha 1, beta 10A. Next alpha 1 is going to be associated with beta 20B. So alpha 1, beta 20B. Next alpha 1 is going to be associated with gamma 10B. Alpha 1, gamma 10B. Next record of R is beta 2. So beta 2 similarly is going to be associated with every record of S. So we will get the total record. So R cross S, the schema will be the combined attribute from both the participating relation R and S, and the record, as far as the record of the tuple is concerned, every record of R is going to be associated with every record of S. So after combining R cross S means after performing the Cartesian product operation between R and S, we are getting this relation R cross S. So let me draw R cross S means this one. Then on that particular relation we can perform other relational algebra operation. For example, we may perform the selection operation on R cross S. So R cross S is nothing but a temporal relation. On that temporal relation we can perform the other selection operation, select operation. And in that example we are performing the selection operation and predicate is equal to C. That means it will select from relation R cross S, means this one, only those record whose value of A and value of C are same. So in that case, the output of that operation is this relation and the schema of that relation is same as R cross S. So all the attribute will be present here. Now record, it will select that operation, only select only those record whose value of A and value of C are equal. A equal to C means value of A equal to value of C are equal. So in that case, in the first record, for the first record, the first tuple, the value of A is alpha, value of C is alpha. So that record will be get selected. So alpha 1, alpha 10A will be over here. Next tuple, the value of A is alpha, value of C is beta. This is not equal, so this record is not going to be selected. Again, third record will not going to be selected because the value of A is alpha, value of C is beta. So next one is also not going to be selected. This one will not going to be selected, but this one, this record, value of A is beta, value of C is beta, so this record will be selected. So beta to beta 10A should be over there. It should be 10. This is mistake, so that will be 10. And then another record, this one is also going to be selected, beta to beta 20B. So beta to beta 20B, this is also going to be selected. Now in some cases, while performing the Cartesian product operation between two relations R and S, it may happen that the two relations have some common attribute. In the previous example, what we have discussed, two relations R and S have distinct set of attributes, but in that example, R and S have some common attribute. In that case, R have two attribute AB while S has BD. So that means in R and S, the common attribute is B. If there is a common attribute, then also the concept is same. While performing R cross S, the scheme of temporal relation is going to be all the attribute from R and S. So in that relation, it contains the attribute from R, so that means AB, as well as it contains the attribute from S, so another BD is going to be there. But the thing is that in that temporal relation, we have a single attribute, we have two attributes with the same name. That means A is distinct, but B and B, this B is from relation R and this B is from relation S. So to distinguish the B is from which relation, we have to use a notation, and the notation is that you have to write the name of the relation from which the particular relation came, then dot, then name of the attribute. So R dot B means it's from relation R, and S dot B means the attribute B from relation S. So that is how we can distinguish, or we can solve the conflict between same attribute name. So by this notation we can resolve the naming conflict. Now take an example of Cartesian product operation. So find the name of all customers who have a loan at the Ferries branch. So these two relations are given, borrower and loan, as well as we have a customer relation. But if you look at only customer relation, we will not be able to identify which customer has loan and which customer has a account. So to find out the customer who have a loan, we have to look at the loan relation. If you look at the loan relation, then you will be able the loan record. But if you look at only the loan record, you will not be able to get the specific customer name who has the corresponding loan. So for that, To get the name of the customer who has the corresponding loan, you have to look at also the borrower relation. In the borrower relation, it contains customer name and his or her corresponding loan number. And if you look at the loan relation, then you will get the loan number, corresponding branch, as well as the amount of loan. So if you combine these two relations, borrower and loan, and combine information, will give a clear picture the customer, their corresponding loan number, branch name and amount. So for that, to solve that query, we have to follow some step. The step one is, first we have to combine the information from two relation, borrower and loan. So how to combine? With the example, with the help of Cartesian product operation. So borrower cross loan, Cartesian product. So if we perform borrower cross loan, as I have just explained previously, that it will, borrower cross loan will create a schema. Schema will be like that. It will add all the attributes from both the relation, borrower and loan. So the schema will be like that. It should have customer name, which is from borrower, then loan number from borrower, and then from loan relation it will borrow loan number. As the loan number is present in both the relation, we have to use the naming convention. Borrower dot loan number, it signifies that that attribute is from borrower, and loan dot loan number means that attribute is from loan, and then branch name from loan, and the amount attribute is from loan. So this is the schema of borrower cross loan operation. And then what will be the information is going to be stored in borrower cross loan? Every record of borrower is going to be associated with every record of loan. So that means Adams will be associated with all the records of loan, Curry will be associated with all the records of loan. So that is how the table will be populated with the lots of data. But we are concerned only the loan which is borrowed at that particular credit branch. That means we have to perform the selection operation on that relation. So select the condition, the predicate appears as a subscript. So select branch name equal to Paris. That means it will select from relation borrower cross loan where branch name equal to Paris. So that means the record will be reduced and it will contain only those information where branch name is page. So that table, this is the initial population, but after performing that operation, the lots of data will be reduced. Only those record will be retained whose branch name equal to Paris. So if you go to the next slide, so this is the result of select branch name Paris borrower cross loan. So if you look at all the records for which branch name is Paris, the next step is we have to select only the records whose loan number is same for borrower and loan relation. If you look at that relation, as we know, the Cartesian product operation combines all the information from borrower to loan. That means all the record of borrower is associated with every record of loan. Now in that next operation, only we have to select only those records for which borrower dot loan number and loan dot loan number is same. That means only that if the loan number from borrower and loan are same, that means only that record or that tuple is valid data. So that means we have to perform another selection operation on that relation. So select branch name page borrower cross loan, so that will produce in that particular relation. On that particular relation, again we have to perform the selection operation. So this is the selection operation, and what should be the condition? Where borrower dot loan number equal to loan dot loan number. That means that operation will select from this relation, and it will select only those record or those tuple where borrower dot loan number equal to loan dot loan number. So only L16 and L16 means the borrower dot loan number and loan dot loan number is same for Adams. So that record will be selected. Now L16 for record Adams, L borrower dot loan number is L16, but here loan number is L15, so it is not going to be selected. Now L15, so this record will be selected. Now if you look at all the record, there is no record which have borrower dot loan number and loan dot loan number. So Adams and Hayes will be get selected, and After that only we want to get the customer name, so you have to perform the projection operation customer name. So if you go back to the previous slide, so only we need customer name, so you have to perform the pi projection operation customer name on that resultant relation. Then we will come up with this relation, temporal relation, which have a single attribute customer name and with two attribute Adam and S. The next operation is rename operation. It is again a fundamental relational algebra operation, and it is denoted by Greek letter rho. And how to write it? Rho xe, that means E is a relation. The name of the relation E is renamed with the name X. So take an example, relation R, this is relation R. Now if we want to perform the Cartesian product with the same relation, means in the previous example we are performing Cartesian product among two different relations R cross S, but if you want to perform Cartesian product with the same relation, means R cross R, so how to distinguish the attribute among them? Then we can use the rename operation. So R cross rho S R, so rho S R means in that case the relation R is renamed by relation S. That means it appears that we are performing Cartesian product between R and S. So this is the temporal relation. So AB, why both are, why 2A 2B is in here? Because R and S have same attribute A and B, so we have to use the naming convention. We have to mention name of the relation. So this A is from R, this B is from R, and this A is from S, this B is from S. So before performing the Cartesian product with the same relation, you have to rename the relation with some other name. So it is R, then in the second relation R is renamed as S. So as if we are performing the Cartesian product between R and S. In the next lecture I will discuss about the natural join operation and different kind of outer join operation. And these are the reference book which you may go through for further details.